How's your pops upstate?
Good. Yep, he's doing real well. We were just up, 2 weeks ago, we were up.
Every time I go up, I make a point to work and see him. And he'll be there today, and when something, it's like,
Oh, can I do that? No? So,
Yeah.
take care of the situation? Yep.
how's your dad, mom?
Good.
That's on, right?
Yep, that's all.
That's all I have to do. Right?
Just don't forget to take it off, because you won't get any calls.
Where I live, I don't get any calls anywhere, and if I wanna go, if I wanna make a call, I have to go outside.
That's our friends over in Asper's.
You have to get all the.
To the edge of, up on the hill, on the field, to dig.
And this, how far, how can I hold
Like
it?
up here.
Right. Put on, what's that called? FaceTime?
Oh, yeah.
You know we're gonna be just like this right now.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Me neither.
You got room?
I'll get it ready.
Can you reach it? You're much taller than me. Good job.
Well, not that tall.
Just giving me a turn.
Don't stick a finger in it.
Did you just see that thing try to come on?
That'd be one way of testing, tell him to stick his finger up in there.
First time going through. I'd rather see your tongue.
We might not have a meeting for that case.
What's that?
We try your finger in the socket.
Oh,
Well, we got two other students that. We'll be fine.
No,
And
me
we
too.
have the A now.
Let me see here, I think I'm gonna, I feel a little bit.
Bobby's yes, but not me.
The show must go
Yeah,
on.
this is my eye one.
This is small.
Goes with my eye.
You can be late. Can you get American lunch?
They have microphones on there?
Uh-huh, yeah, it's a couple minutes.
Anybody got a special needs check?
See that?
That was pretty
It
good.
shows me that it's on here.
That's resume.
The little ear clip.
Oh, you should have
And
seen me.
then culture corner put me.
All these expensive gadgets.
Can't hear.
Give me one.
The rotary behind out, but this keeps me on track for just. All my steps.
Good.
That stuff.
I guess that's why my daughter has them.
Yeah. Young ones.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get to see her. She lives in another state. 1,100 miles away.
I love it.
You really? I don't think you heard what I said.
He'll be here in 5 minutes.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, you shut up. I'm gonna smack you off. He was sitting there, he was bombing, that's what, I thought it was power plant, the little baby that works.
Little cupids were floating around.
Oh, it was, I'll give her your number, you know what I'm talking about, you do that and you don't know. Give her your number, I'll tell you where you're gonna go. Oh, Brandon, he's got a real one after you. You better not give anybody one of those. Brandon's loving you. Oh, he will. And it's not, and he has nothing in it, I mean, I gotta give him this one. All right, we're gonna go ahead and stand for the pledge of allegiance. Our solicitor is on his way. He's running along. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation
Alrighty, public comments. We have public comments for tonight. Yes.
I came late to the last meeting after the public comments, so this relates back to September.
Oh,
But I wanted to thank the township for providing house checks when people are away on vacations or business meetings. I think it's a great service, and I know that I feel, less stressed knowing that someone's checking the house periodically. So thank you.
you're welcome, thank you. Anyone else for public comment? Okay. We'll move on to supervisor's comment. Robert?
I don't have any comment right now.
Okay. Brandon?
Nothing
I do want to let you know that we did have an executive session meeting after our budget meeting on October the 24th of 2023 to discuss employee affairs right after we adjourned our budget meeting. And then we had another executive session tonight to follow up on some of those things with the employees. And so both of those have been announced. You got, should we get that in the minutes, please?
Yeah.
All right, that's the only comments I have at this time. We're going to go for now the reading of the minutes for the regular October 3rd of 2023. Did everyone have an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yep.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as read?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Everyone had an opportunity to read the minutes for the budget meeting for October 24th of 2023.
Yes.
Yes.
I have a motion to approve the minutes as read.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
A second.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, that takes care of that. How you doing, Mr. Lisco?
Fine, sorry, like I said, I had those depositions and, those attorneys, they ask the same question 10 different ways.
You know why?
Pardon?
You know why? They're getting paid by the minute.
Well, that very well may be. But I was anxious to get out of there.
Oh. Sorry. I had to do that. All right, the treasurer's report for October the 23rd. Did everyone have an opportunity to review the treasurer's report?
Yep.
Yep.
Any questions on the treasurer's report?
No.
None being, do I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report as printed and presented to the board of supervisors?
So moved.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Paper skipping here, sorry guys. All right, now we're on expenses 7A, the invoice for 10/4/23, running through 11/8 of 23. Did everyone have an opportunity to look at the expenses for that time period?
Yes.
Yep.
That being done, do I have a motion to pay the expenses retroactively?
Yes. Make a motion to approve.
Seconded?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, number 2 is 10/8/23 to 10/21. Hold on here. I just skipped a ways. I'm back up to payroll. I just did expenses. Back to payroll from 9/24 to 10/7. Bobby, you approved the payroll for that period.
I'll make a motion that we accept them.
I'll second your motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The next one will be 10/8/23 to 10/21/23. That is Mr. Lowe.
I'll make a motion to approve the payroll.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
And the last one is 10/22 to 11/4, which I approved. I'll make a motion to approve those.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that takes care of that. All right, now we're down to township reports. Sherry is up for township reports for the police report.
The police department for October of 2023 worked 347 hours, put 3,600 miles on the cars, answered, had 251 gallons of gas, answered 27 911 calls, wrote 21 traffic citations, 3 faulty equipments, 5 calls were answered by PSP, 1 written warning, 2 non-traffics, 2 felonies and 13 misdemeanors. Freedom Township, we worked 25 hours, wrote 26 traffic citations, 1 faulty equipment, answered 2 911 calls, and had 9 written warnings. Highland Township, worked 25 hours, had 5 911 calls, 10 traffic citations, 4 written warnings, and no faulty equipment cards. Just a couple of the highlights. Officer David investigated a pretty bad traffic crash out here on Route 16. It was between Orchard Road and the Maryland line. I think it was a head-on collision, and there were some injuries, but nothing real serious. Luckily, somebody was pretty lucky, I think. Sergeant Rusin had 10 DUI arrests this month, and 2 felony PWI arrests, possession with intent to deliver, were made. 1 involved a firearm with a significant amount of crack cocaine. We were having several thefts out here from unlocked motor vehicles. We took several reports on those, both in this township as well as, I know Carroll Valley had a bunch of them, and some of the other townships around here had some of them. I'm not sure that they ever had a suspect in any of them, so.
Oh, okay, because I'm saying,
It's a lot of cars.
yeah, I didn't hear of any more, so I didn't know if they had caught them or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. Question, go ahead.
Yes,
The felony / misdemeanor counts.
yes.
Real briefly,
Mhm.
what sort of thing do they encompass from low to high, high to low, whatever? As far as a felony compared to a misdemeanor? What are some of the felonies? There's 2 of them.
These felonies were both drug related.
Okay.
Both PWI, possession with intent to deliver drugs.
Okay.
Another explanation of what might be a felony is like an aggravated assault versus a simple assault is just a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
An aggravated assault is a felony. Murder is a felony. Some DUIs
I
rise.
just was
Yeah.
more concerned with what we,
Oh, these were just PWIs. These felonies were all drug related.
Drug related.
Possession with intent to deliver
right,
drugs, and the firearm is a felony too.
yeah.
If you have a person not to possess a firearm, most of the time it's because they've been convicted of a certain felony already and they're prohibited from owning one. That, I don't know if the firearm felon's there or not.
Yeah. It, without going back and looking, hours worked, looked like there was a lot of hours there compared to in the past. Is that my imagination without going back to look, or is that pretty much usual?
That could have been because Joe David started working more in October. That's pretty much when we got him up and started and different stuff like that. So I'm going to, off the top of my head, without looking, say that that's
Makes
probably what
sense.
that was.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yes.
You have any questions for the chief?
No.
Thank you, Jerry, I appreciate that. The next one is zoning and sewer enforcement, zoning permits for the month. We had $700 collected for zoning. We had a hangar renewal for $50. We had a renewal for a shed permit for $50. A sidewalk for $100. Replacing the outside stairs for $100. In addition to a shed for $100. Fence for $100. Attached garage for $100. Is that both 2 different ones, that 20 by 14 and that
Yeah, they're 2 different.
2 different parcel
and
numbers.
10 by 16 for $100?
That's on the same application, yes.
That's on the same application?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's $200 for those 2 there?
No, it's $100, it's just one application. You just put both on the same application. You don't need a separate application if you're doing a project.
Okay, well, above that one,
Yeah, that's on a different.
Oh, you're talking about, is that a separate one? That's a different property, yes.
Oh, okay, that's
So
what
that's
I'm
what you're saying.
All right,
parcel
There's
number's
two
different.
buildings on the last one, but that's still only $100.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
All right, and it's a total of $700 if they brought in permits. Let me see here, what is this here?
This we talked about last meeting.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, okay, all right, so, we have considered a Shank request for delay of demolition of a mobile home at 9 Laurel Trail. They're actually gonna build a house there, they came in and got their permits,
Yes.
and applications here, I believe last week, so they're just asking if they can, this is the Shank property, if he can stay in the mobile while they, construct the house, and then once, the house is constructed, before he gets his occupancy permit, they will go and, actually, from my understanding, from talking to the builder, they're gonna pull it out, pull the whole thing out, and, on the same day that he moves into the new property. So, they're asking for us to allow them to do that. I would make a motion that we would, allow them to do that, but with definitely the strict, requirement that as soon as the property is constructed and able to move into, that the mobile home be removed from the property immediately. Does anyone have any?
Are you gonna put a time frame on that?
Yeah, that's my concern.
Well, I just said,
I didn't
immediately upon,
But I mean, 1 year or 2 years
Oh.
or 3 year? She's here tonight.
yeah, how long do you think it will take?
I don't know.
Oh, just a-
Well, the permits are for you know, you can the permits are for 2 years, right? Or 1 year?
It's 1 year.
So do 1 year, and then if needed, you can go back in and
Okay,
re-request.
then that's what we do. We'll put this in that he can stay there as long as the construction going on at the end of 1 year. If additional time is needed, you have to resubmit to the board a request. How's that?
But I think if we give you 1 year, we need to see some sort of progress moving forward to go to the second year if necessary.
Right,
I think there have to be something shown that it's in good faith.
I
right.
do know they've already contracted Ballinger's
Yes.
construction. They are gonna start construction, I believe.
Well, I don't know when they're gonna start, because from my understanding, there is a holdup on the,
They've gotten their stormwater approved, right?
Okay.
It's progressing, it's
Okay.
progressing.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay, all right, so
So
we'll,
that's a motion?
so, yeah, the motion is, once their permits are approved and they start construction, the time period will start from the time of construction, for
The
1
permit issuance will go with that?
The
Yes.
length of the permit,
Yeah, length of permit,
which is 1 year,
correct.
from the date that the permit is issued, correct, the time?
from the date of the
Okay.
permit.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as the permit's live, you know,
Okay.
for 1 year period.
May I ask another question?
Oh,
Before that mobile home can be demolished, everything's gotta be moved out of it that's going to go into the house.
Okay.
Without the occupancy permit, is it okay to move personal possessions
yeah.
into?
You can move stuff into the house, you just can't physically live in the house until
Okay.
you have your
All right.
occupancy.
So,
Yeah, that is a yes.
okay, thanks.
All right, so I have a motion on the table, a second, do I have, all in favor?
Aye.
I didn't hear the second, was it Mr. Kyle?
I did, I
Mr.
Thank
Lyons,
you, thank you.
Mr. Kyle, second, sorry.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. The next thing on the thing is going to be the, okay, all right, we can go to the road department first and then we'll go down. All right, for the road department, we had, let me see here, we used 57.4 gallons of gas in our 250. Off-road diesel, we used 31 gallons, and here's a shocker, on-road diesel was 31 gallons. Off-road diesel, we used 346.3 gallons of fuel. You may say, my goodness, what'd you use all that fuel on? Well, we had a mower that we rented from Stevens Equipment for cutting back the brush and the trees, and that mower ran every single day except Saturday and Sundays for 8 hours a day doing the mowing, and that's where we used all of that fuel at in that. And I think we used
Five?
five.
No, they were 2 gallon pails, so we used at least 10, if not 12 gallons of depth.
of depth, for that too. Everything went really well. I don't know, we've had some positive comments about, the mowing and how, the residents, like what's going on. Of course, we have a few people, we're not so thrilled about it, but that's just par for the course. It needed to be done, hadn't been done ever.
That's it.
I'll say ever. So it was a lot cheaper. I think it cost us about $8,200 running it this way. That unit alone is $180,000 to purchase. So we got it for $8,200 for the month, and hopefully we won't do it again now for a couple more years. We'll just see how the growth is. But Bobby was out there a lot. I was away for a week out in Seven Springs, so I wasn't here. And so Bobby and Bruce was out there every day, making sure it went along well. And so I appreciate what they did and all the work they got done out there and on all the rates. I don't think we hit every rate, didn't we?
Yep.
We hit every single rate.
In this township.
Yep, in this township.
So we did a little bit of Carroll Valley. A little bit.
Yeah. So we drove 247 miles in 160, 286 miles in 133, which is our 550 for a total of 533 miles for the month. Some of the other things that we had going on at the same time, as I said, I spent a week out in training. It was road management training. It's a yearly thing that is put on through LTAP. It's at 5 states. We're involved in this training program. And every year one state will host it and they'll move it to another state. But it's a lot of informative classes. Matter of fact, as I was telling Bobby and Wendy, I didn't expect the classes would start at 8 a.m. in the morning. And they ran us to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They gave us a 15-minute break between classes and a lunch break. That was it. I was like, oh my God. It was one class after another class after another class. And it was all on, it had everything to do with road maintenance, management, cost outlook analysis, the new techniques that are coming out on today's market. So it was very informative. Got some contacts with some people, and I actually have, in a couple of weeks, someone will coming down from different areas to our township and help us with some things. One of the things that was very interesting and hadn't considered until after I took the class was it's called full depth reclamation. Full depth reclamation is where you go in and you grind up a road and they pulverize that and they put it all right back down from your base and then they come over top of it. Actually, they put concrete in the mix, so they put it down and hardens. They come back over top with a blacktop mix and gives you a road that's 25 to 35 years expected. At the cost, I had already priced out and got a quote when I was leaving to go out to Seven Springs for Bullfrog Road to blacktop 1 mile of Bullfrog Road was going to cost us $372,000 was the estimated cost for 1 mile. When I was in this class, I was talking to the engineers that were presenting the class. I sent him some information about it. The same road, he gave me a cost to do a total road reclaim for $300,000. And I was like, well, why wouldn't I do a whole new road for $72,000 less? That's something that we are considering for 2024, doing something like that. So that was one of the classes that we had that I was able to glean some information and make contact with people right off the bat while I was there. And these classes are good. Sometimes, they're kind of repetitive too because some of the stuff you already know. But some of it is also, which Wendy and I we talked about, I'm trying to get my certificate. They've kind of relaxed on sending me my certificate. But some of the stuff you have to be, one of the classes was dirt and gravel roads and low volume roads, which is a required class that you have to take to get credits through the state to be able to file for grants to Adams County and to the state and federal governments for any projects that you want to try to do that fall under those volumes. If you don't have the classes, you're not even entitled to even put in for the grants. So that was one of the classes that was presented that day too. A couple other things we got going on. While we were up on Glad Hill, we discovered that we had a sinkhole in our road just above Orifice. The shooting range up there, it looked to be about 2 foot deep and was spreading out. So we ended up putting a steel plate over top of that. Bobby and I cut it out. Was it this past week we cut that?
Last week.
Yeah, we went up, got a saw from a local supplier, which actually was very nice. We told them what we were doing. They didn't charge us to use their saw. Knowing, we rent it for the day, stuff like that, they just let us have it. And we went and about an hour and a half, we cut the road, and we turned the saw back. And so this coming Monday, we will be digging up Glad Hill. We already have the pipe out here. It's costing about $2,000 for a new pipe that has to be put in. So we're going to be cutting the road up, closing the road down for through traffic, probably Monday and Tuesday, and maybe even into Wednesday, depending on how it goes. But we'll have that road closed down to through traffic for a couple of days next week. Our vehicles had to go up for inspection, both our 550, which is now back, and didn't have any issues with that. It passed with no problem. And our 2500 is now at the inspection station, going to be picked up tomorrow. Hopefully there was nothing wrong with that. I haven't heard nobody called and said there's anything wrong with it, so we assume nothing's wrong. We ended up taking our highway box off of our big truck and put it away for the winter. So we will be in the process here in the next couple of weeks of getting our trucks ready for the incoming winter months. One thing I want to say, I want to make a motion, this will be a motion I'm going to make now, is our big truck has a clutch issue. The clutch plate in there has been identified by our mechanics as being weak and could go out at any point in time. So I'm going to make a motion that we go ahead, schedule this truck before snow season comes to have a new clutch plate put in. And right now, the cheapest one we've had, I've had 2 people look at it, is going to be Hobbs, is that what they are?
Mm-hmm.
Hobbs Trucking, so they can get it done within a couple of days from the time they get it in. So I'm going to go ahead and make a motion that we go ahead and schedule that, get it into the shop. Bobby, what was the estimated price?
Somewhere probably between $2,500 and $3,000 for parts and labor.
Okay, all right, I'm going to make a motion that we go ahead and get that scheduled, get that in there, because we definitely don't want our plow truck to go down in the middle of a snowstorm. That would not be good. Because we only have 2 trucks that we use for plow trucks, that's our 550 and our big dump truck. So I'll make a motion that we go ahead and get that scheduled.
I'll second.
Okay,
What's an okay?
all in favor?
Sure. Right, it's through there. All right, everybody's in favor, it's okay? Yeah, that's kind of
Okay.
let's see if it's somewhere down here on the other thing. This one down on the list here, Rodney.
Okay.
Do I have anything else in the road department?
I don't know what it would be.
I can't think of anything. All right, so I'm gonna end the road department right there. When do we have it? We have the available funds to go ahead and put that clutch in?
On the 2023,
In our budget for
Budget.
2023. We still got, that we can use that? I know I have the budget from me. Okay, thank you. I already did the answer. For that. When I run it by our treasurer, I don't want to get killed. All right. We're going to go to the planning board, the planning commission.
Okay, we did not have a meeting in October as there was nothing ready to be looked at. We have 2 plans in, one is not ready for November, but one is, and that's the subdivision lot addition for the Piper family,
Which we'll be accepting for review tonight.
which is the next thing that's on the agenda that says that, would you consider accepting the application for review tonight? I
Okay.
have received, comments from the county and from the zoning officer, but not from KPI yet, but I think we're ready to discuss that on the third Tuesday this month, if you
Okay,
accept it.
anything else?
No.
What's the status on the riding arena?
I can't hear you, what?
The riding arena for second chance?
What's the status on it?
Yes.
It's still being built, it's still under construction. What's your,
Okay. All right.
are you asking about the land development plan? Or
Yes.
wait, that was approved and we're waiting, and it's under,
Okay, because I thought, all right, because I thought there was questions on that.
some things have come up,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
if that's what you're asking. That has nothing to do with the planning commission or plan review.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
That's regarding a zoning issue. There, and building permits with the UCC.
Okay.
So they're in the building permit process and they've run into some snags.
So is the building been put on hold?
I don't have that information in front of me, you'll have to contact the
That's fine, I'll do that.
zoning office.
All right, I'll do that. All right. Thank you, appreciate
Okay.
it. All right, so, we're gonna take into consideration this, application for the Piper, plan, review.
Yeah, you're gonna, make a motion to accept it for review.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll
Thank
make a
you.
motion to accept that for review. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's that. All right, so, now we're at secretary treasurer.
I have no report.
Didn't think so. Thank you. All right, old business, consider a motion for the joint class action lawsuit, with the Financial Institute of Antitrust. I'm gonna table that until next month. Wendy has not had an opportunity to look into that to see if we actually have, any interest in that particular lawsuit. So I'm gonna table that, and give her an opportunity to continue to research that. The next one is going to be considered the statewide local share assessment grant due on November the 30th. We did talk about this grant, last month, and we went ahead and to approve to apply for it. It's a $100 application fee. Some of the things that, we talked about in this grant, as a board, wasn't aware, we thought it was $25,000, that was it. But it's actually from $25,000 to $1 million. So the board originally had thought about putting, covering over those block buildings, it's a 24 by 60 block area out here, and putting covering over that to put anasket and other material under cover. But since the price of the eligibility is raised to $1 million, I think we're gonna reconsider how much we wanna put in for. We're gonna try to get, work on getting some price quotes in the next, week. We can submit to them proposals for $500,000 for a building project. This building project's gonna include a new, equipment building, on the premises where, the concrete blocks are sitting now, with the demolition of the old police station, and shed that sits down alongside the road that we now house the mower in, and also to move the fuel tanks, that sit behind that building to the back of the building, and open that whole area up. So I'm gonna try to make some contacts, this week and beginning of next week, to get some contractors to come in and give us some solid quotes that we can submit with this application. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna submit, hopefully, if we can get it all put together, a bid, a packet for around $500,000. If we can get that through the state, hey, that's free money. So, that's my motion.
And I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's a good undertaking if they'll give it to us. I might have to. Oh, one thing I was remiss, did not say to you, a couple of months ago, had talked about, and this has nothing to do with the road department, it's just business, purchasing AED equipment. We did receive our AED. One of them, matter of fact, is in the closet right at the moment. We have to set up a training for that. The other one you'll find is mounted on the back wall above Wendy's head. It is fully functional and ready to go at this point in time. God forbid we never have to use it. They cost us about, for both units, around $3,000 for both of the units. That is nothing in comparison to saving someone's life. But they are now here in the building. I was hoping to have them here by election day, and we were able to do that. They're very self-explanatory. You take them out, and you can push the button on it to start it up, and it'll talk you through everything you need to know in that one unit. So I'm glad that we're able to have them here. The second unit is going to be installed in one of our roadway trucks, to when we're out on the road, in case someone, God forbid, we need it for ourselves. But we also have radios with us at times too, and we get aware if someone's in an emergency in the township, a cardiac arrest goes. If we're out about in the township and we can get there faster than the ambulance, every second counts. So if we're there and we can use that thing and to prolong someone's life until EMS can get there, then that's a good thing for us to have. So just want to let you guys know that we do have those, and we put them in service. The only thing we're going to do now is that we get 1 hour of a training with these, and so we're going to schedule that with the provider, and as soon as we do that, we'll have all employees and of the township come in and get training on the AEDs. They're actually already trained. We went to a CPR class a year ago.
Yeah.
But this is actually training for these particular ones. So that will be announced. Okay, now we're back to number 10, and we open to public comment again on new business items. Does anyone have any public comment on new business items? Yes.
I just have a question on the B. Were there any changes for meetings for 2024 as for dates or time?
Well, in addition to the public comment, Judy, I will say that I want to table that till next month, because if you look at your packet, I neglected to give them to you.
I was going to say, I don't know what it is.
Judy will cover that, and I will speak to you.
I was going to say, let me see here, when is that? I don't know.
Judy, I will speak to you prior to the next meeting, and we'll go over that.
Thank you. I just don't want to have planning meet at 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay, yes.
Oh, no, I don't think we would have, we always plan for what time works best for the plan.
Yeah, whatever planning board wants to see,
Yeah.
that's up to them. All right, if no other comments on new business, we'll go to business, to the new business. Item number 1 is considering a motion to advertise the proposed budget. In our proposed workshop, we went and reviewed the budget. I will let the general public here know that our budget for 2024, proposed budget, is $561,265. That's approximately $2,080 more than this past year. So that's all our budget has changed from one year to the other. So we're really glad to be able to hold our budget line items. Wendy has done an excellent job in the Treasury Department of she keeps us on our toes. She really does. And anytime we have an expenditure, she makes sure that we're able to meet that and within the budget without going out of our budget process. So I really commend her on her hard work to do that. And like I said, $2,080, that's nothing. And then also, the only other thing is I will say is we're doing this with no tax increase for 2024. Anyhow, I'm going to make a motion that we advertise this budget for the December meeting to consider for adoption.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Stick that right there. The next one we're going to table because we don't have those dates in front of us, so we'll table that to December meeting. Consider advertising the intent to use CPA firm replacing the elected auditors in for the elected auditors in 2023. We're gonna use the same, firm in 2024. That's still County, it was Kearns,
Smith
Smith County Kearns,
Correct.
yeah. Is our CPA for 2024. So I'll make a motion that we do that. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, consider comments on the land use conservation of Adams County accreditation by December the 9th. Does the supervisor have any comments or any consideration for the land conservation? Is that a no?
No.
No.
No comments.
Okay, so you made a motion, you have no comments.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I'll second, I'll make the motion. That second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. The last thing we have on our agenda is a request from donations from Shining Star. Shining Star is a affiliation of the Freedom Valley Worship Center out on Route 30, going outside of Gettysburg. They do therapeutic riding and stuff like that. I'm not sure a lot about what all they do it for. The one thing I will say, the township, we get letters like this all the time to do different things, and we have to be kind of cautious on what we give money to and what we don't give it to. For us to give it to this particular organization, we would have to do a resolution to do so. I'm going to make a motion at this point in time that we do not consider a donation this year or for 2024 to this organization.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Okay. That is all we have for the meeting tonight.
And
So,
then, adjournment fell off the agenda, apparently, we forgot to. So we're not allowed to adjourn this meeting.
can't adjourn this.
We're stuck here
So,
forever.
that's what stay here until the next meeting.
I just have a quick comment if I may. I mean, and again, I'm not great in math, but $2,080 to me, I think that's less than 0.5% increase, and we all know inflation is a lot higher than that, so
This
to
is true.
keep it that low, that's, somebody's doing a good job.
Somebody's doing a great job.
Wendy.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so no other business. I will make a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much for coming out, we really appreciate it. And, please, we'll see you next month if it's willing and we're all okay. You should.
Good night, guys. I gotta go get something to eat.
Thanks again, Don, I appreciate it.
The other stuff like that. No, you get something.
Yes, you did.